Hello Heat Nation, welcome back to the channel. In my video title, you know what this video is about. Another year, another opportunity for us to go out there to try to achieve a goal, to achieve stardom. That stardom is the Larry O'Brien Trophy. The last year didn't go our way. We fell short against the Denver Nuggets, lost to them in 5. And the year before that, at the Eastern Conference battle with the Celtics, where we fell short in Game 7, and then against the Lakers a few years back, we fell short and lost in 6 in the finals. We had multiple opportunities to get there, and you know what they say though, on third time's the charm. And a lot of people may not be counting on us, for this season. They might have us kind of written us off a little bit because we're supposed to be getting Damian Lillard, and people thought Damian Lillard would be that next piece for us to go and get pushed over the hump. But he signed with the Milwaukee Bucks. And people think, oh, the Heat is probably done. They might be at the bottom feeder team. They're going to get eliminated probably in the second round or something. They're not going to be a team to contend for the big prize. But there's nothing new. As Heat fans, we know that we always the underdogs. Well, except that few years we had when LeBron James was here, we had Wade and those guys. Besides that, we've always been underdogs. Underdogs always came in the game being underdogs, being counted out. People not giving us a chance. They thought the Milwaukee Bucks was going to sweep us in the first round. What happened? The Heat beat them in 5. They thought the Knicks was going to beat us in 6. What happened? The Heat beat them in 6. They thought the Celtics was going to beat us. Somebody said Celtics in 5, Celtics in 6. What happened? The Miami Heat defeated the Celtics in 7. So the Heat rose against the odds, and they gave it all they got, and that's what the Heat Nation love about our Heat, because we go out there and they play with some amazing intensity, some amazing tenacity. They go out there and grit it out, tough it out, and fight with every fiber in their beings. So we're gonna see what happens this season. Our first game is on Wednesday against the Detroit Pistons. We're gonna battle off against them, and we're gonna show Heat Nation. Heat Nation gonna show the love for the people, and also we're gonna show the world that we're still here, a team to be reckoned with. And a lot of people might take this video and say, you're crazy. This team right here is washed. They're not gonna be able to make it, but we got a lot of guys on the team. As long as we got that guy in Coach Spo, we got Pat Riley manning the stuff behind the scenes, and the pieces we have on the team is good enough. We've seen before, people keep asking, are you good enough to get there? Are you good enough to get there? The pieces are good enough to get there. We've seen the Heat get there before twice. 2 final appearances in the past 4 years to get there. They had some injuries that happened in the first one with Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic. And then the additional one had an injury that happened too as well in Tyler Hero. And then Victor Oladipo was gone too in most of the playoffs as well. So the Heat have the pieces, but can the pieces stay united to the very end so they can be able to compete for that championship prize? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. But you look at the roster, look at some of the young guys, the young talent like Yami Akquez, or you look at some guys like Nikola Jovic, a guy who's very talented as well. And then you look at some guys like Jamal Cain. Will Cain he's an analyst. But Jamal Cain, look at a guy like that who plays his heart out. And then you look at the people we add on the roster. Might not be some big blockbuster names, but some guys who are capable. And in the right system and the right scheme, the way Coach Spo do things over here, you're going to get the best and see the best version of them. And guys like Josh Richardson, who was here before with Miami Heat. And then we also got a guy, Thomas Bryant, who's going to be the backup center for Bam, going to be the reliever for Bam, and go out there to help as well to give us some good minutes. And then we also got veterans on the team, guys who are future Hall of Famers, like Kevin Love and Kyle Lowry, who have championship experience. Kevin Love been to many finals. He won the finals as well with the Cavaliers. Went out there and played amazing basketball. Then you look at Kyle Lowry, that final run they had with the Raptors. Went out there just playing good basketball, defeating the Golden State Warriors in 6 in the finals was amazing. So having that championship experience around the team is also great. It's amazing. And we're going to need somebody, one of those guys, to step up in that UD role. The UD is retired. He's retired right now, so we need somebody to step up in that role, to take that spot, and to say, hey, young guys, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is what you do. This is what you don't do. To keep everybody on path. But if you look at some of the guys on the roster, they're built for this. Duncan Robinson, a guy who undrafted, in college, Murray's Division III, he got his opportunity to go play. If he was Michigan, he played there. Eventually worked his tail off, and then he was undrafted, got to the Heat, made a name for himself, and kind of got comfortable a little bit and lost his opportunity. But then this past playoff right here, Tyler Hero go down with a broken finger, and then you see Duncan Robinson come in and play some of the best basketball he played his entire career. And then you look at guys like Tyler Hero, who has a lot to prove. Tyler Hero is a 6th man of the year, a guy who can average 20+ points a game in this league. borderline type all-star type guy, but the health concerns, the big moments concerns, that's the main thing. And I think he kind of heard all those noises, heard all those things in the offseason, in the playoffs as well, when he was injured and people saying this and that about them. Maybe you should trade him there, you know, get rid of Tyler Hero. He's not good, he's not that. And I think he's going to use all that as fuel and fire and go out there and ball out and play some amazing basketball. Then you look at guys like Caleb Martin, another guy who's undrafted. You know, J. Cole, amazing J. Cole, went out there and got an opportunity, you know, called up Caron Butler, got an opportunity to try out with the Heat. He tried out and he got the opportunity, he seized the moment, and now you look at him now. The big time playoff games he had with us, especially in the Eastern Conference Championship, averaging 19 points per game, being that dynamic force. And this year, going to be a dynamic force as well with the Miami Heat too. So we're going to see all those guys come out there and play. But you know, it all starts and ends with our main guys, as being Bam Adebayo, the heart and soul of this team, in my opinion. Bam Adebayo, go out there, he's the anchor. He set the tone defensively. 4-time All-Defense, 2-time All-Star, one of the best to do it in the game defensively. He can guard 1 through 5. And in my opinion, one day he will be Hall of Famer. And one day, if he's still on this path, he'll be a Hall of Famer, and he will be Defensive Player of the Year as well. But you look at our leader, our guy who goes out there and turns up a notch every time the playoffs come. In clutch situations when you need him most, he always shows up and he always balls out. And that is Jimmy G. Buckets. Jimmy Butler go out there and play amazing basketball. You see him average 30+ points per game in that first series, and he gets the Knicks 27 points per game against the Celtics, 28 points a game. Going out there and just playing amazing basketball with the bad ankle and doing it and just making it happen, just finding a way to grit out and tough out wins. So I'm still rocking my team. I know my team might not look the most appealing when you look at the roster on paper, but sometimes not about the roster on paper. Sometimes about how you use the guys. Sometimes about how you scheme the guys and how you kind of mix and match and put them in spots that make them look good. And we got a guy in Coach Spo who is ranked top 15 coach of all time. Is going to be a Hall of Famer as well. 4th most playoff wins in NBA history in the playoffs. We're going to see what happens when we get together, and we're going to see how the Heat perform this year. I'm hoping this will be a great year, another opportunity for us to go out there and try to win that Larry O'Brien trophy and get a ring for our guys like Jimmy, Bam, bring another ring back to the Heat Nation, back to the 305. So I'm pumped up. I hope you guys are pumped up too as well. If you are, leave it down in the comment section down below. I might do a live watch party in the Heat play, Detroit Pistons. I might do one. It depends on what happens. But I'll see you guys next time. But one last thing to say, go Heat.